Hello and welcome to a special episode. We are going to design ships in this episode. So the regular episodes will continue, of course, but I'm going to use the finished designs in the upcoming episode. And we are going to exactly design these new desired ship classes that we need. I already started a bit on testing out what we might want to do. So I'm going to just delete it and basically do it again here. So basically we want to design, first of all, a new, how do we call it? Not capital ship is not the right term. Flagship is the right term. So we want to design something that can lead our fleet into the future. At least temporarily for defense. So not the offensive fleet, but definitely our defense fleets. And the idea is that from the utility module, which is the flag bridge, this one, we would get 20% reduced mission control cost for our defense fleets. And that's, of course, massive. And I was checking around which design I want to use, either battleship, a battle cruiser, or a cruiser. And actually, I decided to go for the cruiser here. I think interdictor here. Let's call it flagship. Defense, maybe. Defense. Defense flagship. Let's press auto design here and then tweak it. Yeah, we definitely don't need this much here. We only want like 15 or 12 KPS here. And yeah, that's the right armor. Foamed armor. We probably, let's see, maybe we want to go to 10 on these ones actually. And 3 side armor here, but we only need 1 at the back, I guess. Yeah, quantum battery, tin droplet radiator, all the new tech. The solid core fission reactor is still, of course, old, but it's the best one we got. The flag bridge has to be there, the ECM, even though we don't have the alien ECM yet, but that's going to come in soon. Targeting computer, water, heatsink, slush out and tankage, yes, and a repair bay for our flagship. That's all nice. That's why I picked the cruiser, because then we can fit all of these utility modules on it. We go for the arc laser cannon on front, some railgun here, and a point defense. Yeah, that looks solid to me. The only change we could do is to also put a laser here. But I do think that we have something that can shoot lasers, has the point defense, and a railgun. Seems like a really solid idea. Now this one is relatively easy to design. We could even go up to 25 here. Yeah, let's go 10 KPS here for the moment. And save the design. That's the easy part. And now the more complicated part is what to do with our existing classes. I already looked at our alien friend class and basically made a new version of this one with the advanced pulsar and going to the Landsat missile base here. So improving on this one. That's okay-ish, but reworking our existing classes into this one would take relatively long. I'm not sure if that's actually worth it. And we also have similar problems with the V2 classes here. I also made an upgrade here. I'm really not sure if the upgrade to the newer version is actually worth it. Even though we get a lot of KPS from it and better acceleration, I'm just not sure if the resources are well spent here. That's really our main issue here. And, well, yeah, maybe. Let's check one seat. Do we really have only one? You have 1 front armor. Crazy. My designs here. Just tin. Or how do you pronounce that or call that in English? Like it's a sardine box. Like a small thing just out of a little bit of metal, nothing else. Yeah, I'm really not sure if we want to make these upgrades. I also made one for the PDC class here. And here I'm even more convinced that even though this is an upgrade with the arc laser batteries, we don't necessarily need that, because the idea, what we want to do now, is design a better ship, like a battle cruiser or a battleship, which we then can use as our main defense ship, and then instead we can actually remove the older classes over time. What we want to design is a ship that we can use until the end of the campaign, basically. So let's make a new design here. We are going for, let's pick a battle cruiser here. Wait a second, that's a good question. Battleship has a 2 nose hardpoint. Battle cruiser has 3 nose hardpoints. Let's do, so this is the battle cruiser. Do we have a better name? I'm not sure. Feel free to propose names for our ships here. So let's temporarily call it Battle Cruiser version 1. I also go for Interdictor here. Yeah, but the idea is that we put an arc laser cannon in front of it. Now, you're not going to put landsets here on this. Instead, we are going to put more point defense on this one here. We do have, I would say we go 5-3 here. Costs are already relatively high, but that's mostly fuel here. And I'm not sure if we actually need 6 pulsar drives here. 5.3 milli-Gs, 10 milli-Gs. Maybe we should use 6 actually. Yeah, the cost is not that extreme in... We do have metal. Now the question is, what else do we want to have? So let's remove these ones for the moment. Utility modules. We definitely want the... Do we need a targeting computer? I don't think so. We want an ECM. We also want the slush hydrogen tankage. We need a heatsink. And now the question is, what is the last one we want to add? Could either go with a targeting computer, the laser engine, or a repair bay. I do think that we want the laser engine here because that increases the damage from our point defenses, but also the damage of the arc laser cannon in front. I mean, it's not going to be a lot. It's just 10 megajoules, but still that's from 350 to 360 megajoules. It's a little bit of damage. Main point is that we can upgrade this one to a phaser later on without having to make a completely new ship. And we can even add more armor later on if we really want to. Actually, it doesn't make a huge difference here. Just a little bit. Yeah, let's go for 10 armor in front as well. So these are 6 KPS. It's like nothing. Can we go to 10, 20 propellant here? 260. Yeah, I got the feeling that we can afford this. So let's save this design. This is a good ship. This is a laser ship. But now we also want one with ray guns. And ray guns we only have on hard points currently. Therefore, we are going to design the battleship version 1 here. Ship version 1. Let's design it. We could have a heavy railgun here. I am not sure if I want to. Let's do the same armor here. Let's go down to 25 propellant. And remove these. Oh, wait a second. Nose weapon, we are basically boxed into the arc laser cannon here for the moment. We don't need a repair bay here. So utility. Let's first of all solve the weapons here. So because we have a lot of point defense on the other ship, on the laser ship, we don't necessarily need a lot of point defense here. I'm considering right now to... We could maybe make 2 battleship designs. So the missile battleship, where we just put 6 Landsat missile bays on top of it. These are the new designs, basically. Then we put definitely a magazine on this one and a targeting computer to have the best interaction with these two. We don't need the laser engine here. This one is outdated actually, and this one as well. So we put the slus hydrogen thing as well. A heatsink, of course. Then we still have one left. That either is an ECM or it's a repair bay. I think we want the ECM actually. Because if we can delay the alien torpedoes to be sent towards us, that will help us in defense. So basically this one has a little bit of a tickling laser in front of it. And then we have a massive amount of missiles here. But now the question is, we have 6 of those. We cannot manage them separately in a fight. Compared to our corvettes, for example. I mean, this is the same damage load as from our, not corvette, escorts, what we are using, I think. So this is maybe not ideal, because then we would send a massive load toward one ship. And we can do this better with the small ones. So maybe this is not a good idea. So maybe instead we want to have railguns, actually. We could put... Is there a single slot railgun somewhere? Yeah, there is a light railgun here. It has 550 kilometers targeting range. That's terrible. But it could also do defensive duty, actually. Or do we want to have a heavy railgun here? I mean, the question is, what do we want to defeat with our railgun? So maybe instead we do something like this. Have one massive railgun there, shooting big slugs towards the alien ships. So like destroyers, monitors, battleships, and heavier stuff. And then we have a little bit of missiles here to shoot down small ships, like escorts and so on. So these would still work this way. Cruise acceleration is of course terrible, but we have to suffer from the designs we currently have. Metal costs are extreme, noble costs are also extreme, but that's fine with me. I'm not even sure what's costing that much here. Probably the armor. Do we see that somewhere? Nah, not really. Oh. It's a really high metal cost, noble metal cost. But this design we can also upgrade. If we get coil guns, we can upgrade it. If we get phasers, we can upgrade it. And so on. So this one is also a finished design, basically. Which we can upgrade into the future. We can't, of course, upgrade the drive, but we don't need to because it's just supposed to be in stable orbit around Earth and Mars and defend us there. So 7.7 kps probably is fine. Do we want to do this? The alternative would be to do something like these ones here. No, no, no. Like this. To have multiple railguns, but the engagement range is too low. 550 targeting range. That's terrible. No, let's go with this one. 850 targeting range, yeah. So we're putting this in front here, and then behind it, either point defense or missiles. That's the question here. 18.3 Gs. That's a really fast one still. Yeah, that's the upgrade to the Vipers here. I think we want to do the missiles here. We do have enough point defense from the others. So a missile battleship, there we are. There we are. So we have a battleship and a battle cruiser. Wait a second, this one didn't get named now. What? Okay, upgraded. We just remove the laser engine for the moment, add it again, and call this the laser battle cruiser version 1. Let's see if it now got saved. It did. So Salado can go. And our capital ship also wasn't named. Really? What happened here? So we do the same here. Repair bay and edit again. And then we call it flagship. Defense flagship. Flagship version 1. Okay, let's see our designs here now. And Gara class can go. We do have 7.2 milli-Gs to 9.7 milli-Gs. KPS is similar. We could adjust this now to have roughly the same. But it's probably not worth it. Costs are similar here, as we can see. A little bit more metals here and a bit more nobles on the missile battleship. I assume that's fine though. It has more armor, if I recall correctly. And now the question is, do we maybe want to have another ship? So the battle cruiser is the only one which has the big laser on front of it. But we could make an alternative battleship design. So if we were to, for example, remove these ones here, we could also put a laser here. So a 4-point laser, 850 engagement range. So put that here and then put also point defenses behind it. And then in the utility modules, we do the laser engine as well. And then we don't need the targeting computer here. Instead, we go into the repair bay here. That would be another alternative. This would be, of course, the laser battleship. Battleship version 1. This would be another alternative we could also use. So let's save it. Apparently that's even lower in KPS now. Right? No, it's 7.4, so it's similar. Okay. But the damage projection here, or the combat value is even higher actually. The cost in metal is even higher and in nobles as well. But we don't have to pay for ammunition that much. So it just uses the fuel from the generator to power the lasers here. I do think that these are good designs. I'm not sure if we're actually going to upgrade into the new escort classes here. We don't... Ah, the Corvette is still in the upgrade. Also, we don't... Probably... I mean, we could investigate. Do we want to maybe upgrade our railgun class? So we could go into the better drive system here. The radiator can be upgraded as well. And then we could put 3 drives on it. It's still a valid refit. We could upgrade more fuel into it to have a bit more KPS. We can upgrade the targeting computer here. We can also upgrade this one. So it would be a refit. So we could friendly ray gun. We could do this design as well. But the question is, do we want to keep the monitors long term? Oh, that was the wrong button. Go to ships again. We currently have 11 of the ray gun classes. I mean, they are dirt cheap currently. The new one is still relatively cheap, but for 230 volatiles, we could actually just build one of the battle cruisers here. We do have a lot of metal, so that's not a problem. Nobles will be a problem if we start building these ones heavily. But it's basically 1 per month that we can build, so that's decent. And our mining income will just go up long term. So the question is, can we just build these ones and then replace the old ones by scrapping them? Or keeping them around? I do think that the Alien 1D class, is it this one? No, it's the other one. The version 3 class here, that we want to keep this one for a while. Because these ones are basically delivery boxes for... wrong button again. Deliveries for missiles, so... this one might be a good option. version 3, but we can only upgrade the V2s into it, which means these two, version 2 and version 3, no water. Oh, wait a second, no water has the magazine. I think we didn't upgrade this one yet, which means we need an upgrade to this ship as well. Or is this one targeting computer? Yeah, okay, all of them don't have a magazine. So we have 3 different designs. Was maybe not the smartest move that we did in the past here. Maybe upgrading these ones is actually the best idea. So we need a better ship here. We just upgrade the drive, we upgrade the battery, we upgrade the radiator. Utility modules are fine this way. We do have the better weapons here. We go from the missiles to the Lancet, from Viper to Lancet. And then we call this one the Alien Friend version 4, no water. Oh, wait a second, we can go up here. Something like this, yeah. And save it. So we could upgrade these 15 class ships to the new class here. That would maybe make sense because we probably don't pay a lot for it and we get a lot of KPS, but also a lot more missiles from it, and the better ones, which have a lot more damage. And then we can slowly start to replace the 1B and 1C classes and the PDC classes. The laser monitors will also be disbanded as soon as we have a decent amount of battleships on the field, because these ones are vastly expensive, but really don't have a lot of punch. I mean, though we have an upgrade to them. Did we? No, we don't. We didn't do one yet, but I think it's not worth it here to upgrade these ones here. I mean, we could, so they go to the arc laser here. Actually, we could try, so we just do the... I'm not sure how long it will take, so we can check this. If this is a relatively fast upgrade, then it's fine. Targeting computer as well. Ah, here we are. So this is still the silicon carbide armor, which is annoying, but we can keep it like this. So this is the alien laser monitor final, because we are not going to make any others from this. So save it. And ship construction here. So we refit one of the laser monitors here to the final class. Yeah, it's barely any resources. And only 36 days. Yeah, we are going to do this so that we get the arc lasers here. I think that's worth it. On the other hand, we lack energy. Not energy, shipyards, I mean, to do everything. But we can keep the design for the moment. Because what I did also in between is to build up our spaceports here. So I set up the shipyards here. So they need 60 days to finish, roughly. Where are the shipyards? Here. So the shipyards, we still have the space docks here, but the shipyards are the upgrade for the moment. And then we can use these to build the better ships. They take less time then. And I do think we need to wait until the first ones are finished here. We of course start with the flagship on each of our worlds. But maybe we want to do already some upgrades from our escorts to the better versions here on the planets where we do know that there is no fight. So for example, we could investigate here on Mars, for example. Of course, that's a lot of work here, but we could, for example, upgrade the... okay, that's on Earth, but still. We would pay a little bit of water, marginal amounts of the other stuff here. 33 days. That's a long time, actually, for a ship. Because building a new one... Alien Friend V4, where are you? Oh, this is a mess here. 90 days. Okay, 34 days is probably fine. So we could consider starting to slowly upgrade older ships into the newer versions while we wait for the shipyards to finish. And the shipyards will done the heavy lifting for the battleships and battle cruisers and the flagship, actually. Yeah, I do think that we want to do this way. So we have 3 shipyards under construction per planet. So we do have the main shipyard constructing 3 shipyards. And, oh, only 2 on Mars because we have an energy problem here. So we need to wait and get this upgraded one after the other. Actually, can we make one more here? Is that somehow possible? No, we lack energy probably. 20, 80. Yeah, we need 60 additional. We don't have this. Ah, it was because of the nanofactory. I maybe need to remove the nanofactory here. Or actually sacrifice 1 space dock. But I didn't want to because we can use it for the refits. Yeah, there was some thought behind it. And the highest priority has the flagship to reduce our mission control cost. But with that, I do think we have our new designs for the moment. And these ones are then upgradable into the future. The only thing we can't upgrade is the engine on these ships. So we are stuck on the low KPS, low velocity or acceleration drives here. And then with the antimatter drives, we will open up a whole new generation of engines. Big question is still if we really want to go that path or if we maybe want to put another drive in front of that. But for some reason, I really like being off meta in this campaign here and rather do full antimatter if we can. But the big problem is we lost Mercury. So not sure if we can. But yeah. Well, so we are going to jump into the usual episode with these ship designs now. Thank you for watching.